hope our friend was able to recover the key to the labyrinth, or all our efforts will have been for naught. Our forces have gathered and are ready to move. We need to find the planar vortex and end the plane meld once and for all. Well done! Then we still have a chance. We sent in a small force to cause a distraction. They probably won't survive, but they should keep the enemy busy while we get the rest of our troops inside. We need to make sure their sacrifice isn't in vain. We want you to get in there and open the labyrinth before we send in the entire force and reveal our numbers. Hanan and Gabrielle can brief you on the battle plans for the Fighters Guild and Mages Guild strike teams that will follow after you. After you receive your briefings from Hanan and Gabrielle, select a soldier to accompany you on your mission. Choose carefully, for our plan hinges on you opening the way into the labyrinth. This is our last strike. Make it count.
The Mages Guild stands ready to do our part for this effort. I just wish I had as much confidence as Vanus Galerion. We're facing some overwhelming odds here, you know. Molag Bal is using tactics similar to what we faced in the chasm. He set up a portal to move his troops around quickly. As you head in to open the labyrinth, we need you to close that portal. King Dinar insists that the initial strike be fast and precise. He doesn't want the entire army getting in your way or causing Molag Bal to respond in kind. You've proven yourself time and time again. We have faith that you can do this.
The Fighters Guild is ready. We're prepared to follow you into the very heart of Molag Bal's lair. We shall not fail you. Of course, we've already sent in a small force, a distraction as it were. While they keep the enemy occupied, you slip in and open the labyrinth. As you clear a path, Fighters Guild soldiers will fall in behind you to hold the line. You need to be able to move fast. A large force would only draw attention to you and slow you down. Select one of our soldiers to take along if you like, but more than that would be more of a hindrance than a help. I wish you luck in there. Fight alongside you. That would be a true honor. But the Fighters Guild needs me right now. Someone has to command our forces. After you clear a path to the labyrinth, I shall lead the charge inside. And luck to you as well. Make them pay for all the pain and suffering they've caused. And for our friends and allies that have fallen along the way.
You ever get the feeling you were meant to do something important? Me neither. But this could come close to that. We stopped the plane meld and saved the people of Tamriel? Who wouldn't want to be remembered for doing that? I've dreamed of this moment. Seriously, I always knew I'd end up fighting to save the world in Coldharbour. I mean, you were a beautiful warrior with flowing red hair and an ample... Well, no offense. But otherwise, this is just like my dream.
Let's tear this coward apart. Let's make Molag Bal wish he'd never been born. Wait a minute, are Daedric princes born? It doesn't matter. He'll wish something when we're done with him. I'm as ready as I'm gonna get. This just makes me so angry. Why in Moloch's name would somebody want to steal an entire world? It makes no sense. Now look what you did. I'm just furious and I need something to hit.
You need someone to accompany you into the Dark Lord's lair. You free the Lamias from our prison. Let me help free you from yours. We promised. You helped save our children. We shall help save yours. If you decide my place is at your side, then that is where I shall be.
You must decide which companion to take on the initial assault. You need to travel light and move quickly, for speed is essential. Each of these soldiers has worked with you before. You know what each of them can do and who will serve you best. That goes without saying, but King Dinar needs me with the main force during the initial assault. My portals are the best way to move our troops around. Perhaps once we clear the way to the labyrinth, I'll be able to join you. What I think doesn't matter. What we do, however, will make all the difference. We need to find the portal to the plain air vortex. If we don't make it that far, nothing will stop Molag Bal from taking our world.
Once you select the companion that will aid you in the initial offensive, let me know. As soon as you're ready, we'll begin our assault. If only things were that simple. You have your task to perform, and I have mine. While you close the reinforcement portal, I must oversee the rest of our forces. You've made it this far. I have no reason to believe you won't succeed. You've already done more than I'd expect from anyone here, except for perhaps myself. Return to me after you have made your selection.
Remember, we need you to close that reinforcement portal before you unlock the labyrinth. As long as the portal is functioning, Molag Bal has the ability to overwhelm us with Daedric forces. Me? Really? I'd be honored. But I think you'd be better served with a fighter type right now. I'm sure we'll meet up somewhere along the way, though. I won't let the people of Nirn down. After you disable the reinforcement portal, I'll try to catch up with you before you enter the labyrinth. We'll stop this plane meld together. We have to.
Say the word, and we will attack the Dark Father by your side. My kind can slip through the shadows. We can go where you cannot, and appear at a moment's notice. Call upon me when your need is great, and we will be there. The Blood Matron commands that we aid you, that we honor the deal as it was struck. And so shall it be.
So your journey begins. I wish you safe travels. Let our blessing aid you on your path. I am not here to fight, outsider. I promised our aid when you set our hist tree free. We provide blessings, not blood. Trust me, my scholars are terrible fighters anyway. Much better to have our blessing.
A drunk Nord is worth a dozen of these sober milk drinkers. Imagine how valuable a sober Nord could be. I haven't been in a good brawl in a long time. I'm looking forward to it. We're ready to give those Daedra the beatings they so richly deserve. Kain only knows how long we were stuck in that tavern. We might be a little rusty, but we're strong and willing to fight. My people will help. I promise you that. It will be good to get some blood on our knuckles again. We've been lazy for too damn long. Just tell us where and when, and leave the rest to me.
It's time, isn't it? I'm ready for anything. I can't wait to see what's inside the lair of a Daedric prince. Is that what he calls it? His lair? Yes, that sounds right. Nervous? Sure. Everyone's nervous. Even Varnus and the king. But if I had a gold piece for every time I got nervous before diving into a dungeon, well, I'd have a lot of gold pieces. Don't worry, we won't fail you. If not for my brother, I'd be in there swinging a sword with the best of the warriors. But Raynor and Gabrielle need me. Someone's got to watch their backs while they do the magic stuff. But we'll make it out of this. Just like we always do.
The expression upon your face tells me that the time has come. The final assault is about to begin, isn't it? Nothing can ever be absolutely certain, but yes, we're with you. Nirn is as much our world as it is the rest of these people's. How can we do any less than they are? I'm not very good with weapons. Hand me a sword and I'd probably wind up stabbing myself with it. Instead, I'll assist Gabrielle in any way I can. Once we get inside the inner sanctum, we'll be ready to help you face whatever's waiting in there.
I enjoy a challenge as well as the next mage, but this might be a little much, even for me. Still, I'll do whatever I can to make sure our world isn't completely destroyed. While I grew up on the Shivering Isles, I now call Nirn my home. I'm quite familiar with Daedric runes and the many hazards of oblivion that you are likely to encounter along the way. If you run into anything that falls under these categories, I can quite possibly provide some assistance. I would expect no less.
The final adventure begins, yes? May the many moons bless this foolhardy endeavor. You will need a scholar at some point, yes? A mental challenge to overcome, or a hazardous puzzle to decipher. Perhaps Zer could help you then. What? With a weapon or with claws, maybe? No, that is not Zer's specialty. Potions and alchemy, yes, but this one never mastered hurling fire. Zer will join you once we get inside. If we get inside. Perhaps my talents will prove useful there.
Has the time come to sail into the stormy sea? Do we pillage and plunge the domicile of the Lord of Brutality now? I'm eager to demonstrate the power of the Bone Crown. You've seen the Crown's power. It will turn the tide of this battle. That's a foregone conclusion. My pirates are invincible. Even Molag Bal cannot kill death. And that's what we are now. Immortal. A crew is not complete without its captain. They would be lost without me. So sadly, I must refuse. But have no fear. When the sky clears and the wind blows strong, my pirates and I will sail to your side. It will be glorious.
Well, I see you asking the rest of these daintyfoots for help, but you took your time getting to me. What am I? Too short for your precious army? I've spent my entire life trying to get to this point, escaping that forest and claiming my freedom. It's something I'm willing to fight for, and I'll keep fighting for it until I'm standing in Valenwood. My bow's already been promised to the Fighters Guild for the initial assault. If we can take a secure location inside, I'll try to catch up with you. Don't worry, I'll step out of the shadows when you need me.
About time you got over here, old chum. Exercise is all well and good, but if I keep this up much longer, I'll be useless in the actual battle. A quest? How marvellous! I shall march by your side into the darkest depths of foul iniquity, our weapons aloft and aglow with the fires of eternal righteousness. You honor me this day, my friend. I gladly accept this mission. My sword is yours, my boon companion. Together, we will protect the beautiful realm of Coldharbour, and perhaps even save that ugly rat hole you call home. Victory! Thy name is Cadwell.
Have you selected a companion to accompany you? If you need more time to speak with your friends, please take it. This might be the last chance you get. When you're ready, I'll give you final instructions and we can begin our final assault. Very well. Come with me and I'll explain the exact details of your mission. Our forces are gathered, and the time has come to strike fast and strike hard. Time is not on our side, so we must make every moment count. Troops are already inside, fighting and holding ground, causing a distraction so that you can deal with Molag Bal's ability to call reinforcements. For the initial assault, Cadwell will assist you. Don't be fooled by his bizarre antics, for his heart is full of courage and honor. Close the reinforcement portal. That is your first priority. Gabrielle and her forces will join you then for the push to the labyrinth. Once the labyrinth is opened, you must make your way through Molag Bal's personal sanctum and find the portal to the planar vortex. That is your ultimate objective. If we are to end the plane meld, we must disrupt the planar vortex and cease its destructive storm. Take your brave companion and venture forth. Close the reinforcement portal so that our forces can wage war on the Daedric Prince. Then open the labyrinth and lead us to the planar vortex. Our destiny is in your hands. Close that reinforcement portal so that we can send the rest of our forces inside. I know you will make me proud.
One last quest, old chap. One last leap into the fire. Unless we survive, of course. But how likely is that? I love what the Dark Prince has done with this place. Quite lovely. Shame we have to march an army through here. Soldiers rarely take care to watch where they step.
The Dark Lord's vile scheme fails today. I gave you my oath, and I honor such commitments. You sampled my power at the cliffs of failure. Use the power of my thorns as you see fit. Take this seed. Plant it in the body of any dead Dremora, as you did before. A zombie will rise to fight by your side. Together, we will bring the Lord of Scheme's plans down around him.
I like Nords. They fight so cheerfully. We're approaching that vile portal of wrongdoing. I can feel it in my bones. It feels like evil. Another beautiful creature has fallen under Moloch Hall's spell of evil. We must set her free.
God is the only house we stand by each other.
Scabbard. Where will I mark my kills? What jolly good fun. I believe the next stop is the labyrinth, old chum. Shall we toddle off?
As soon as I sensed that you sealed Moloch Baal's portal, I figured it was safe enough to follow you. Gabrielle has assembled a team of mages and scholars to aid you inside the labyrinth, as we need all of the fighters for the main assault.
That mage keeps popping up in the strangest places. I'm not sure I trust him. He thinks his boots don't stink, if you take my meaning. Anyway, I believe he'd like a word with you. Alas, fine friend, the Fighters Guild has need of me. Do stay out of trouble while I'm gone.
Now that we don't have to worry about overwhelming hordes of reinforcements, we're sending in the main assault force. While they keep Moloch Baal's minions busy, you need to navigate the labyrinth and find the portal to the planar vortex. Of course not. Even I am not so foolish as to enter Molag Bal's inner sanctum myself. Gabrielle and her mages will accompany you inside. Oh, you'll know the source of our world's destruction when you see it. Just find a way through the labyrinth, and try not to let the deadly traps and horrible monsters kill you. Now go, and good luck. Don't lose hope, my friend. We're depending on you.
This room is so big. I never expected the prince to be much of a reader. But all these books, imagine the wealth of knowledge they contain. I could spend years in here. If we didn't have more important matters to deal with, I mean. We can't get out of this room. The door on the other side won't budge, and we haven't been able to figure out the mechanism yet. Search around the room, I guess. Who knows? You might find something useful among the dark tomes and old fables about lusty Argonians. But I've never seen a mechanism like this before. It's rather fascinating.
I recognize these devices. I've researched them, even written reports about them. Never saw one in person, though. They are marvelous to behold. Only a god could craft an artifact of such brilliance. I have a notion. It involves the large metal tubes on the walls. According to my research, they resemble a Daedric device that requires a source of power to operate. But as you can plainly see, no power flows through them at the moment. A fair assumption. Do you see the small openings near each of the tubes? If we can figure out how to move these icy flames over to them, that should provide the power to open the door.
Do you think Molag Bal actually reads this stuff? Sorry. Trying to help my brother find something useful here, but look at all these books. I always wondered what a Daedric prince read at bedtime. Some of this stuff is pretty disturbing.
Listen to this, Cureth. Reach out and touch a brazier to draw forth the fire and launch it in the direction of your choosing. How fascinating. I wonder what it means. This book, I think it references this device. If I'm reading this correctly, and of course I'm reading this correctly, then these flames can be used to power the mechanism that opens the gate. Frankly, the workmanship is stunning. I'm jealous. Simply touch the Daedric fire. For a short time, the power of the flame will transfer to you, much like any conjuration spell. It can then be launched in any direction. Get as close as you can and throw the fire into the 4 open tubes.
why do Daedra never install guardrails? It's like they want Zer to step into the bottomless chasm and fall to his death. Zer has mentioned how much he hates heights, yes?
That worked? I mean, I knew that would work. Never doubted my calculations. Good job. The door ahead should be unlocked now.
I saw what you did there. That was fantastic. I mean, the fire coated your fingers and then you went swoosh, and the fire flew like an arrow and the tubes lit up and the device came to life. I can't wait to try that.
And another job performed to perfection by our champion. Well done. Now, hurry through the open door and find the planar vortex. The end of the world isn't going to wait for you, you know.
With the door opened, we can proceed deeper into the labyrinth. Go on. We'll be right behind you.
This one cannot wait to see what's inside the stronghold of the Daedric Prince. But Zer wishes that Godrus was here to share this auspicious occasion. Zer would be fearless in the face of darkness. You would be wrong. The darkness is obviously designed to hinder our progress. An interesting conundrum, yes? Of course, Zer would not be here if he could not help. This one gives you the light to guide your way. Be wary where you step, for the darkness will most likely be the least of your worries.
Come on, we're almost there. There's no time to rest. We have to keep moving. I'll make sure our flank is protected while you clear the way ahead.
Even for a well-traveled denizen of the plains such as myself, this place is way beyond my comfort level. I fear it won't get any easier from here on in.
Look at this. I'm actually sweating. I can't remember the last time I performed this much physical exertion. This better be worth it. Usually Kirith deals with these things while I deal with the research and the planning.
I hate to say it, but this place is starting to get a bit overwhelming. No, I'm just kidding. This has been exciting so far. I'm having a great time.
Zer does not like this place. It has everything this one despises. Great heights, impenetrable darkness, deadly opponents. But it also has things that fascinate this one. Zer is so conflicted.
A one-way door. Looks like we can only go forward from here. I hope the others are all right. I can't imagine we have too much farther to go. We just need to cross this region, and we'll find the planar vortex in no time. Stick close to me. There's probably something waiting in here that wants to kill us. There has to be a way to get out of here. Wait a moment. Something bad is about to happen. Sometimes I hate it when I'm right. Here they come! Come on! We need to find a way out of here! I need to get this door open. Hold them off while I work on this. The door's finally open. Let's go!
I knew I'd find them here. Interesting. I'd never been to this area before, but it's breathtaking.
Cadwell, your mastery of portals does you proud!
That was a close call. Thanks for helping me in there. I don't know about you, but I'm really starting to dislike Daedric death traps.
It took a bit of work, but I was able to track you down. Just one of my many gifts, if you must know.
Cadwell takes some getting used to, I must admit. But he really is an amazing fellow. Wait a moment. What happened? Where's the rest of your team? Well, the others will have to fend for themselves for the time being. I'll send Cadwell to find them shortly. Things are looking grim outside, by the way. We've lost many fine men and women already, and the battle is far from over. Even without his portal, Molag Bal has the ability to throw an unlimited number of forces at us. We're holding our own, but just barely. Winning isn't our goal, though. We just need to survive long enough for someone to reach the planar vortex. Far too many. Hanan was caught by surprise and wiped out, along with a large number of Fighters Guild soldiers. King Dinar's group was also ambushed, but he managed to fight his way out of it. Many were wounded, though. Time is running out. Thank Cadwell for that small favor. I'm not sure how he does it, but I think he's grown so attached to Coldharbour that he's actually become part of it. Unfortunately, he can only teleport one other person at a time, and it is a lengthy process. The portal that leads to the planar vortex is just around the bend. Molag Bal won't simply let you walk up to it, though. He's going to do everything he can to stop you. I'll provide what help I can, and as usual, it will be considerable. Now go! You must hurry. Sooner or later, the Lord of Schemes will become aware that we're closer to our goal than his army realizes. I'll keep this portal open for as long as I can. That should allow us to bring in a few reinforcements of our own.
I decided you could use my help out here, and Tzik'nith sends for the gun.
You have performed better than I expected. Even in the face of unrelenting danger and the worst horrors Oblivion has to offer. I am impressed. Like you, I have come to finish this. Thanks to the efforts of your army, you have gotten this far without drawing the gaze of Molag Bal. I use a similar distraction to travel through this disagreeable realm unmolested. Keep working on it. You will solve the riddle eventually. There is more to do if you wish to save your world. To halt the plane meld, you must enter the Eye of the Storm. The planar vortex can only be disrupted from the inside. I have been with you every step of the way. I provided a safe haven in Coldharbour. I gave you knowledge of the lights of Meridia. I needed a surrogate to act in my stead. I dared not risk exposing my true nature to the Dark Prince. Used you? Of course I used you. But you knew what was at stake from the beginning, and did what was necessary to save your world. Every choice you made was your own. As it happens, your choices suited my own ends. You must enter the planar vortex, the interstices of space and time, where Nirn and Coldharbour churn and meld. Destroy the dark anchors within. Unleash the power of a light of Meridia at the focal point of the plane meld, and disrupt the vortex. The life of one insignificant mortal to save an entire world? It is a small sacrifice. If you succeed, the brilliance of the unleashed light will consume the vortex and sever the plane meld. Nirn will be saved. Ask your questions, but know that time is growing short. You cannot hope to succeed without the support of your allies. I will summon those who still live and draw them into the vortex with us. The light of Meridia cleanses and purifies. There is nothing to fear from its brilliant embrace. After you, I shall be right behind you.